Government says it has banned the exportation of maize to ensure that there is food security both at household and national level. Minister of Industry and Trade, Sosten Gwengwe, says illegal exportation of maize is as a result of structural challenges that characterize the maize marketing system, which need to be addressed to solve the problem. Details in this report by Dili Benyale.
Announcing the ban, government spokesperson Moses Kunkuyu says government has done this to protect small-scale farmers from unscrupulous traders who are buying maize from them at lower prices and making huge profits on the commodity outside the country. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Professor Peter Mwanza, explains that government has not lifted an earlier ban on maize exports to ensure that food security is achieved both at household and national levels.
The government has instituted this, continued with this ban, because we have seen very clearly that the maize from Malawi has been largely exported out to other countries, simply because the price of maize in Malawi is lower than the price of maize in other countries, much lower than other countries in East Africa and so on and so forth. And therefore people have rushed here to buy that maize. Now it is up to us Malawians to guard that maize, because it is cheap, because government subsidized the production of that maize. And it did that in order to make sure that every Malawian will be food secure. Now, if the maize is all exported out, like has been done, then Malawians end up with no food.
But some stakeholders wonder why the government of Malawi is not utilizing the economies of scale that the country is enjoying in maize production to encourage large-scale farmers to produce more maize to sell on the market. Minister of Industry and Trade, Sosten Gwengwe, argues that such a move, if not carefully planned and executed, will result in the country selling all its maize and left with nothing for local consumption. Gwengwe, however, says there is need to engage in contract farming with large-scale maize producers to correct the structural challenges that the maize marketing system is facing at the moment.
There is always that argument, but as long as maize is selling at, let's say, $900 per ton in Tanzania, and here in Malawi is $250 per ton, then yes, people will be encouraged to do that. And yes, it will work out just like that, because those are the principles of liberalization. But in the meantime, can we really afford to do that? Because all the maize will actually be exported. So yes, we'll gain the export, but we'll have no food. And that's where these two policies really must be harmonized, to make sure that as we want some more dollars, we are not punishing unnecessarily our own people, because yes, they will export, but we'll have nothing to eat. What we can do maybe, or what we're doing in the meantime, is to be able perhaps to organize our market in a more structured manner. And that's why you've seen the introduction of the Agricultural Commodity Exchange, and you've also seen ADMAC has started buying the maize. And we would want to have all these players who are traceable, players who can really play their trading in a lawful manner.
As the maize situation is slowly stabilizing, with harvesting season on the way, the country is this year expected to have a surplus of 740,000 metric tons of maize.